I might have to release this one to the wild. I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. What's poppin', friends and fam? Are you excited? I know I am. Welcome back to another episode of iCraft SMP with your host, LUUKZILLA. Alright guys, so I'd like to start off this episode talking about the last episode. So, the last episode, if you didn't see it, which you should have seen it by now, but in case you didn't, let's talk about it real quick. The last episode was my 50th episode special. In that episode, we did a Q&A with a face cam. You guys got to see my face while I'm playing the game, which is pretty cool. Something I don't normally do. I do face cam with live streams, never really with videos, but if you guys want to see what that's like, check out the last episode. I want to say thank you guys so much for all the support you gave me in the last episode. It hasn't been up for that long, but it's already up to just about 100 views, which is freaking awesome. So thank you guys so much for all the support on that episode. I really appreciate it. So here we are at my new base location. Not a lot of work has been done except for this structure here and this bridge. So let's talk a little bit more about like how I'm gonna do my base kind of thing. I talked about it just slightly during the last episode. I primarily wanted to do the Q&A, so I didn't really ramble on about stuff going on at my base. Well, now it's time to ramble. So, I had this portal here in this mountain because I wanted you to, like, have to approach my area, if that makes sense. So, everything from, like, the land on, that's going to be, like, my main area. And I didn't want to, like, put, like, a portal there because I didn't know how to, like, address it. Because, like, I want like an entrance to my area, so that's what I did. I put the portal here with this huge bridge leading up to this entranceway. Now the entranceway, I kind of just built it to look cool. I didn't really have much of an idea of what I wanted to do with it. So I just kind of started building. This is how it turned out, and gosh, I freaking love it. It looks great. So some changes that I did with it off camera, like in between the last episode and this one, I added in my banners. And I added in these little torch holder things. If you don't know how to make this, you, well, I was going to take it off, but I don't feel like doing that. Alright, so you put the torch on the block, then you put the item frame, which they can occupy the same space because an item frame technically isn't a block. I don't know how they work. They're special. And then you put this half slab inside of the item frame. Now, some people like to do it with anvils. Look really cool in there. I couldn't get him. He disappeared. He's hiding. Alright, some people like to put anvils in there. The reason I don't like to use anvils is because with an anvil, like, it's not symmetrical on each side. Like, the left side looks different than the right side because one side of the anvil pokes out, and I don't know, it's a very small thing, but I'd rather just do a slab just because. Come on, sleep. Oh, zombie. You wanted me. You wanted me bad. Now, you're probably wondering what all these horses are doing here, considering last episode I only had one. Our friend Snoop Horse here. Hello, Snoop Horse. How are you? Yeah, me too. Okay, so there's a lot of horses here, and that's what today's episode is going to be about. I found all these horses back over in that direction. Now, if you guys are really attentive to detail, while I was walking around my area during the last episode, our 50th episode special, there was an area back there that had a lot of horses. Now, there were more horses than these ones, but some of them were absolutely awful. They were super slow. Horses have a lot of stats that are important, which is their speed, their jump height, and their health. But some of the horses I found back there, they were like this slow. Like, they walked the speed of a human shifting, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna ride that around. So a couple of them I killed off, got myself 25 leather from it. So yeah, and these are the ones that I kept because they're like better. Now these ones are armored up because these ones seemed better off than these ones, but there are a couple of these that are not half bad. Let's think of one for instance. How are you? I think this one is pretty good. It's got a decent jump. The speed isn't terrible. Now, it's not the quickest, but it covers some ground, which is cool. But in this episode, what I'd like to do is decide which of these horses I'm keeping, which ones are, I don't know. I want to kind of classify these ones like the good ones to the bad ones. I'm really only going to care about speed. It's not often that I really care about jumping with horses, and when it comes to armor, or I mean when it comes to health, I can always just put armor on it. Like this horse is diamond armored up. He's not going to get wrecked by pretty much anything, so that's not my biggest concern. So in this episode, what I'm going to be doing is testing out these horses' speeds, giving them different types of armor. As you see, I got some gold armor on me, some diamond, and some iron. I'm going to give them armor based on like what their speeds are and give them some names. The Snoop horse already has a name. One of these horses is going to be the reincarnation of Chester the Unicorn from last season. Chester the Unicorn was our loyal horse. So I want to remake or relive Chester. I actually want to look back at my episode, see what color Chester was, because I could just do that and be like, oh look, Chester followed me, which I'm breaking the third wall right now. I should have just played it off like nothing happened. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, so I'm gonna give these guys armor and names, but first of all, I want to test their speed. So when it comes to horse speed testing things, there's an easy way and a hard way. The hard way is this big, complex redstone contraption. Well, it's not that complex, but it's more than I want to do. I'm going to do it the easy way, but let me explain both ways. So the harder way of the two, basically what it is, step on some pressure plates. While riding the horse, you step on some pressure plates, run across some tracks, blah, blah, blah. Step on another pressure plate. What happens is items collect inside of a dropper or chest or something, and you see how many items are in that chest. Based on the amount of items, you put it into some complex equation, and it gives you the exact speed of the horse. So let's say, for example, a human speed, walking would be like 1, running would be like 2. These are numbers I'm just making up. I really don't know what it was. Then like, let's say you get on Snoop horse, maybe his speed would be like 4.5 or something. He's a pretty swifty horse. I mean, he's not the quickest, but he covers ground. So that's basically how that one works. Or there's an easier way. Basically, step on a pressure plate, run down a track, step on another pressure plate, and all it will do is like count up blocks. So like, let's say from the time it took like me to run from here to there, it collected like 35 blocks. Whereas if I rode Snoop horse, since it did it a lot quicker, maybe it only picked up like 14 blocks or so. Does that make sense? So the less blocks that it collected in the time, the faster the horse is, obviously, because it activated that pressure plate a lot quicker, or like it operated the pressure plate over there a lot quicker than it took like a human to operate it. I hope this makes sense. It'll make more sense in the next clip whenever I actually have it built. So guys, I'm going to build it. I will be right back. Alright guys, I'm back with this weird looking thing in front of me. So this is what I came up with. Now, if you guys know me, and if you guys know the way I do redstone, I don't like to look at tutorials. So I put my my noggin into this, and I kind of thought, how to make this work. So I knew that, you know, pressure plates, they can activate redstone. So I put some redstone underneath them. I knew that a hopper will be locked if it's powered by redstone. So what I did was, let me just show you how this works. So you step on these pressure plates here, and what happens is this piston pushes this redstone block away by a block to where this hopper is no longer powered. And then whenever you run across to the other side, activate these, it activates this piston here, which pushes the redstone block back next to this this hopper and locks it, so no more can fall from this dropper into the hopper. So that's how it works. Let me show you like a little just like a little test. So I'm going to test a few different things right off the bat. I'm going to test, first of all, me walking. So, alright, this is my walking speed. You can see activated on the side. And we're about to cross the pressure plate. And bam. Now we run over here, look inside this dropper. The result is 16. So my speed is 16. This is probably the slowest it can be. Now let's try it again with me sprinting so that you guys can see the difference. So try it again sprinting. Now normally whenever I run I sprint jump. So I don't exactly want to try that because it seems kind of flawed being as the jumps aren't going to be consistent, but whatever. Alright, so it was 13 whenever I sprinted. So 13 is smaller than 16. So there's a 3 block difference in the speed. Now these numbers, they don't really represent anything. It's not like blocks per second or anything like that. It's just the smaller the number, the faster it is, which is all I'm really going for here. So now let's test it with one of the horses so I can show you guys just how much faster one of these horses is. So if I do it with the horse, we run across, as you can see, we make progress a lot quicker when we're on a horse. Let's see what the number is. 7. Alright, so 7, that is like half the speed, or I mean twice the speed. So that's pretty good. Now this horse is 7. I'm going to go down this line testing all of these horses' speeds, and I'm going to put signs in front of each of these to show it off. So I will be right back after the testing is finished. Alright, I'm back and I have my results, and I feel like they may be slightly flawed. So if we look at these, we got 7, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Huh. So, I know this isn't like the most accurate thing I could do, but I'm starting to think it's not accurate enough. So what I'm going to do is push back this land here. I'm going to push this back and then make a new one of these. Now, as I was testing these, I remembered a different design that I also saw where it's like, oops, not like that. You got like a bunch of blocks here. You got a bunch of redstone along the top of them. Then you got like fence gates along here. Basically what you do is you trip the pressure plate, you run along, and then whenever the pressure plate like stops or unactivates, the what's it called? The fence gates, these things, they'll close, and then whatever one you stop on, there'll be like a sign next to it with a number, and that marks its speed. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like you run along, trapdoors will be open, then they'll close on you, and then you look over and be like, oh, the speed is 7. So, yeah, I did remember that design. If this design, or after I lengthen this, if this doesn't end up being like accurate enough, I can try that other design. I'm not opposed to it, but as for now, I'm going to continue with this one. I'm going to lengthen it and see if that helps any. I will be back with some hopefully more accurate results. Alright everybody, I'm back again, this time with some slightly more accurate results. So I pushed this back, I don't know how many blocks further, it was like right here. Now it's back here. It allowed for slightly more variation. So these numbers are a little bit better. So we have a 9, an 8, an 8, a 9, a 10, a 10, a 10, a 9, and a 10. So the two quickest horses that we have are right here. This one and this one. Then we got 3 9s. So Snoop Horse is a 9. This one is a 9, as well as this one. So I'm thinking the two quickest ones, since I have 2 pairs of diamond horse armor. Snoop Horse, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you gotta lose the diamond horse armor. I'm sorry. Here, put some golden armor on. You look better in the gold anyway. For some reason, I just like the look of gold armor a lot better than the diamond armor. But to categorize these horses, I'm putting the diamond armor on the 2 quickest ones. Alright. See, it's like, I don't know, diamond armor is cool and all, but like the gold armor just has that look to it, you know? I don't know. You guys don't look bad, so don't take that the wrong way, but you know. Alright, so we have Snoop horse is a 9. Then we got these two 8s, this 9, and then this 9, which also gets a golden horse armor. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4 other horses, but only 3 other iron horse armors. We might have to get rid of one of these guys. Let's see. It might be this white one, just because we already have a pure white one. So we got a black and spotty. We have a plain tan with some socks on. We got a dark brown with some like knee highs. We have a plain white, another plain white. We got a brown and speckly, a light brown and speckly, a tan with a furry back. Then we have a white with a furry back. Yeah, since we have 2 pure white ones, I would hate to get them mixed up. I might have to release this one to the wild. I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. It's for the best. So yeah, be free, young Padawan. So yeah, we just released that horse to the wild. Yeah, not killed it or anything. So now we have these horses left. Let's put on this iron horse armor now. I realize if I shift right click onto it, I can access his inventory without getting on it, but I forget that sometimes. Anyway, so now we have the horses that we got their speeds, we have their armor on, they're categorized and all that. Now we got to think of some names. Now, one name that I want to go with, it's actually going to be a mate for Snoop Horse. I want to name one Snoop Pony. It's probably going to be this one or this one. I'd like it to be one of the 9 speeds. I have one other name that I want to use, and I also want to do... Like I told you before, I want to name one Chester the Unicorn, a reincarnation of the one we had last season. Let me do a little bit of naming, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, I'm back. I gave these babies some names. Cleaned up a little bit, took away this little horse track thing. And let's go ahead and check it out. Oh, I also rearranged the horses a little bit so that they're in order of swagness. Alright, so... Here's the one that was already named. We got Snoop Horse here. This is the one that I named Snoop Pony. It was the tan one with the hairy back. That was, it used to be over here, but now I moved it over here. So that's Snoop Pony. They're in love. And this is Chester the Unicorn, version 2. Alright, so I looked back at one of my episodes from last season. Chester the Unicorn was a white horse with 12 hearts. Well, although this one doesn't have 12 hearts, it's still Chester the Unicorn because it's a white horse. It's got gold armor. Chester the Unicorn on iCraft Season 1 actually had gold armor as well, so it's fitting. These two over here, this one right here is going to be my main horse because it has 8 speed and it's also got like 14 hearts, whereas this one is 8 speed with only like 10 hearts. This one's going to be my main horse, and I named him Swag Max. Alright. So, look how fast this thing goes. It's got 14 hearts. Its jump is pretty... It's decent. I haven't tested any of their jumps, but it looks pretty decent to me. Alright, so yeah, this is Swag Max. It's going to be my main horse, and it's awesome. Let's go ahead and check out this other horse as well. It is Poppy Otaku. I actually named that after a viewer, a friend... Baby Hot Pocket, aka Pappy Otaku. I just wanted to name this horse after him. I don't know why. So there you go, Pappy. Got you a horse, bruh. Alright, so that's that. And then you're probably wondering about these 3 horses over here. Well, these ones are still unnamed because I want to name these ones after you guys. So if you want a horse named after you, put hashtag horse into the comment section below, and I will do like a little randomizer thing. So the first one that gets picked in the randomizer will be this one, second one will be that one, third one will be that one. So you could be the lucky winner of having a horse with your name. Just put hashtag horse into the comment section below, then I'll probably reply saying like, you've been chosen, what would you like the horse's name to be, or I'll just name it after your YouTube account, something. But anyway, guys, so that's just about all I wanted to do in this episode. We got some horse testing going on, and that's about it. That's weird. I didn't really do any kind of building in this episode. That's crazy. I always build, but it's good to change things up every now and again. Anyway, guys, if you liked the episode, make sure to show support by hitting that like button. Again, if you haven't seen my episode 50 yet, the episode before this one, I highly suggest checking it out. It's a long one. It's about an hour and a half long, but it's well worth the watch. You can kind of listen to it in the background if you want. Like, you could be doing other things, maybe playing some Minecraft, racing some horses, you know, that'd be pretty cool. But you can have this playing in the background, just listen to me talking about stuff. It's a really good episode. I really enjoyed filming it and everything. So if you would, go check out that one after you finish watching this one, which is about to be over anyway. Like it if you like it, and leave the friend zone, join the fam. Want to know how? Subscribe to my channel. Make sure to have a good night, day, morning, evening, whatever it is for you. Have a great one, and I will catch you next time.